Welcome to the Who Did What channel, where the truth comes out and the tea never sleeps. I'm your host, Danielle, and today we're diving into the stories you can't stop talking about and the ones they don't want you to know. If you're ready for bold truths, wild twists, and a few jaw-dropping receipts, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It helps the channel grow and keeps the stories flowing. Now, let's get into it. What if I told you Nicki Minaj might be the next celebrity to mysteriously disappear, and the people behind it, allegedly, none other than Jay-Z and Beyoncé, from poisoning attempts to SWAT calls, to secret children and stolen millions? The Queen of Rap is calling everyone out, and now Katt Williams is stepping in to expose the dirty secrets no one else dares to speak on. Grab your tea, grab your receipts. This isn't just music industry beef. This is survival. This is about to get messy. Nicki Minaj lit the fuse. Out of nowhere, she went on an explosive rant, accusing Jay-Z of everything from scamming her out of $100 million to being the mastermind behind a global smear campaign. She didn't hold back. Nicki tweeted, "Jay-Z is trending because the judge has granted Rhymir's request to move forward with his case. The judge has demanded Jay-Z to respond to the paternity lawsuit by July 18th. Jay-Z." That's right. She's alleging that Jay has a secret son, Rhymir Satterthwaite, whom he fathered with a 16-year-old, and Jay, silent. But the internet, exploding. Nicki then accused Jay-Z and Roc Nation of scamming her out of millions during their partnership with Tidal. She claimed, "They used a loophole to avoid paying me, said I never signed paperwork, even though we literally signed contracts publicly." But she wasn't done. "I'm going to use some of the money Jay-Z owes me to send my barbs to college." That's not a diss. That's a declaration of war. And then she pulled Beyoncé into the fire. While playing her Beyoncé collaboration on Stationhead, Nicki told fans, "Just because I play a song I'm featured on doesn't mean I like the artist." In other words, she's done pretending. To make matters worse, Beyoncé's mother, Tina Knowles, posted this right after. "It feels good to wake up knowing my faves didn't lose their minds like some people." Subtle shade. Or a warning shot. Things got scary real when Nicki claimed someone tried to poison her through a delivery from Outback Steakhouse. The bag had a handwritten note. "We love you, Barb." Sounds sweet, right? But Nicki said, "Why would anyone know who the food was for?" "Someone on my team gave out my info." She never ate the food, and she's now terrified of ordering takeout. "I'll never eat Outback again. I don't care how long it takes." This isn't paranoia. This is self-defense. Fast forward to her Amsterdam arrest during the Pink Friday 2 tour. Dutch police were tipped off that she had substances in her luggage. Nicki, in real time, "Where am I going? What's the address of the police precinct? I need a lawyer present." Now she was fined and released, but she went off on X. "They're sabotaging my tour. They can't eat off me. They got caught stealing from my jets, got fired, and now they're planting things in my luggage." Here's where it gets wild. Comedian Katt Williams, yes, that Katt, has reportedly been helping Nicki behind the scenes. Why? Because he's been there. He's faced industry threats, blackmail, and nearly lost his life. Turns out Nicki wanted Katt to tour with her, not for ticket sales, but for protection. According to insiders, they've been in close contact for months. He knows how this game works, and she's not taking chances. YouTuber Storm Monroe dropped a bombshell. Jay-Z and Roc Nation are behind Nicki's arrest. They paid someone in her camp to leak info on her every move. Why? To set her up, to isolate her from protection, and to make sure her husband wasn't present during the sting. This sounds less like music drama and more like an industry mafia hit. And just when you thought it couldn't get any darker, Some fans believe that Nicki isn't the first female artist targeted by the powers behind Beyoncé's throne. Whispers in the industry have long circulated about Aaliyah, the beloved princess of R&B, who died in a plane crash at the height of her career. But here's where the conspiracy kicks in. According to decades-old industry gossip, Jay-Z was allegedly in a quiet competition with Dame Dash over Aaliyah, both professionally and personally. Aaliyah was reportedly dating Dame, but Jay had eyes on her too, and industry insiders have suggested that if Aaliyah had lived, she, not Beyoncé, would have dominated the next decade. Aaliyah was already fashion-forward, working with Timbaland, Missy, doing films, signing movie deals. She was poised to be the next global icon, but with her gone, the spotlight shifted. And it just so happened that Beyoncé's solo career launched less than a year after Aaliyah's death. Coincidence or calculated? To this day, there are whispers that Jay-Z and those tied to him cleared the stage for Queen Bee to ascend. Even Jaguar Wright and other music insiders have made cryptic statements suggesting that what happened to Aaliyah was no accident. Let's go back. Before Roc Nation, before Tidal, before Beyoncé was Queen Bee, the early 2000s belonged to one woman, Aaliyah. She wasn't just a singer, she was the blueprint. Movies, fashion, music, and unmatched stage presence. She had already filmed Romeo Must Die, was starring in Queen of the Damned, and had a role lined up in the Matrix sequels. Her third album was climbing the charts. The industry had crowned her next in line. But then, tragedy struck. On August 25th, 2001, Aaliyah died in a plane crash in the Bahamas, just 22 years old. But here's where the whispers begin. Back then, Jay-Z and Dame Dash were not only business partners, they were brothers, co-founders of Rockefeller Records, but both were allegedly romantically interested in Aaliyah. It was Dame Dash who officially dated her, but according to multiple reports and industry insiders, Jay-Z was also pursuing her behind the scenes. Some say Aaliyah was caught in the middle, others believe she was leaning toward Jay. Either way, her presence created a divide between Jay and Dame, a rift that eventually led to the collapse of their empire. It wasn't just business, it was personal. And Aaliyah was the wedge, said one former Rockefeller associate in a now-deleted interview. Now here's the sinister part. Aaliyah was already outperforming Beyoncé at the time. Destiny's Child was popular, but Aaliyah, she was global. Some theorists claim Beyoncé's rise didn't begin until after Aaliyah's death. Let's do the math. Aaliyah dies in August 2001. Beyoncé's first solo single, 2002. Dangerously in Love goes number 1. 2003. Jay-Z and Beyoncé start publicly dating around 2002 to 2003. Suddenly, there's no more Aaliyah, and a clear path for Beyoncé to step into the spotlight alone. Coincidence, or was a bigger chessboard in play? Now, let's be clear. We're not saying Jay-Z had Aaliyah taken out, but that hasn't stopped years of speculation about her death being an industry hit or ritual sacrifice. The plane Aaliyah took was overloaded by several £100s. The pilot, Luis Morales, wasn't certified to fly and had traces of cocaine and alcohol in his system, yet someone insisted the plane leave immediately, despite Aaliyah reportedly expressing concern and wanting to wait. She didn't want to get on the plane, said eyewitnesses. They gave her a sedative and carried her on board. Who was in charge of that decision? And why the rush? Some fans believe Aaliyah was getting too powerful, too independent, and too hard to control, a liability for the machine, and removing her cleared the runway, literally, for Beyoncé. Shortly after Aaliyah's death, Jay-Z and Beyoncé's connection began to bloom, not just romantically, but professionally and financially. Jay-Z helped shape Beyoncé's solo image, co-signed her career, and they've built a billion-dollar empire together. Some critics have asked, was this love? Or was this legacy building? Because while the world was mourning Aaliyah, Beyoncé stepped into her space, her sound, and even some of her fashion lane. Suddenly, Beyoncé became the chosen one, but chosen by who? So now, when Nicki Minaj says she's being targeted by the same powers that lifted Beyoncé to the throne, some people are listening. They're asking, is history repeating itself? Are the powerful still making room for their chosen few? By any means necessary, Nicki's fearless, and she's making noise. But Aaliyah's story is a chilling reminder that in this industry, loud women often go quiet, one way or another. Whether you believe these theories or not, one thing is certain: nothing in the music industry is accidental. So, the question remains, is Nicki exposing the truth or walking the same path Aaliyah did? Just before the silence, fans are also comparing Nicki's situation to Whitney Houston's final years. An icon, a legend, slowly painted as unstable until the headlines just wrote her off. Nicki's calling it now. They want to make it look like I overdosed, like I lost my mind, but I see through it. And now that she's said it publicly, if anything happens to her, we all know who to look at. The Barbs are riding hard. I believe Nicki. Jay-Z has skeletons. She's not lying. If she were a man demanding her money, nobody would question it. But the industry? Dead silent. No statements, no denials. Just an eerie calm after Nicki's storm. Nicki Minaj isn't backing down. She's naming names, burning bridges, and exposing the empire. So here's the question. Are we watching the fall of a rap queen? Or the rise of the one woman brave enough to call out the gods? Let us know what you believe. Are Jay-Z and Beyoncé really pulling the strings? And is Nicki's life truly in danger? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. This is Danielle, host of the Who Did What channel, keeping you in the know. Stay alert, stay tuned, and above all, stay awake.